This time, creepy clay creatures. Hi everybody, it's Lori from the art studio at Madison Children's Museum. Today we're going to be sculpting in clay and making these creepy clay creatures together. Isn't he cute? The materials that we're going to be using today are right down on my table. Let me show you. We're going to be using Model Magic clay. This is an air dry water-based clay that's really easy to find at most craft and odds and ends stores. We're also going to be using some different craft materials. Today I have pipe cleaners, I have some plastic beads, I have some googly eyes over here, gotta love the googly eyes, and some little bits of what are those called? Little wooden sticks, little toothpicks, that's what they're called. You can also add to your selection of craft materials with any little bits and bobs you have around the house, like colored feathers, little plastic things, whatever you might want to add to your project, because you're going to be designing your own creepy creature. Now, to finish off our creepy creatures, we're going to be using paint to decorate them. I have some neon colored tempera poster paint here, and then this is a metallic tempera paint. You can use whatever you might have, including watercolor, or you can even use markers on Model Magic when it's dry. Now, if you don't have Model Magic clay, you can use other kinds of air dry clay that you can leave overnight until they dry for the next step. Let's get started designing our creature. So I'm going to open my pack of clay while I think about what type of creature that I would like to make. Now you can think, how many legs does your creature have? Maybe it doesn't even have legs. Maybe it's like an octopus or a snake. I'm going to model my clay. Model Magic is really soft and squishy, and it has some pretty fun properties, but then it also has a few things that are kind of a little frustrating about it that have to do with how soft it is and how hard it is to get little fine details in it. So it's better with this kind of clay to make your designs either larger or not as detailed. I'll show you a few of my little tricks that I like to use for working with Model Magic. I think I'm going to make my guy a little bit like a lizard. So I'm going to roll with my hands the end of the Model Magic to make a long tail, and then this end, I think I'm going to make this his head, so I'm going to pull it up, and he'll have legs that are made out of pipe cleaners. So see how the frustrating thing about Model Magic is how squishy it is. See that? It's not really staying in place. So I'll show you some hints about how to hold it as it dries so it keeps its shape. Now, one of the fun things about Model Magic is that it's really great to use scissors with to cut it. I'm going to use scissors to make his mouth. So watch this. I can clip it, and then that's going to make a really good mouth here. I'm going to just use my thumb to kind of open that up. See? And I'm also going to use my thumb and finger to pinch along the back of my creature here, just pinching like a ridge. And then watch, here's another way you can use scissors. I'm just going to clip through there. It's sort of like, it's like dough, like bread dough. It has that kind of a feel to it if you've ever put your fingers in bread dough. So it has certain things it's really good at and other things that it's not so fantastic at. So let me shape my creature the way I like him. I'm going to sit him on the table and shape his tail. Now I'll get some pipe cleaners for his legs. I think I'm going to be using, I'll let him just sit there oozing around until I do this next step. I'm going to cut my pipe cleaners so that I have 4 pieces, or maybe, I don't know, I think he needs 6 legs actually. And the front 2 are going to be a different color. He's like sort of like a Tyrannosaurus lizard rex. What's fun about Model Magic is how easy it is to combine different materials together, and you can add things into your clay and they'll just dry right in place without needing any glue. So I'll get his front legs here. And then I will add his other legs to the other side, just pushing them right in. You can think about what form that you want your creature to have. It could literally be anything. And once he's dry, I can shape his legs a little better, but for right now, I'm just going to get them in sort of a basic pose like this. So I will lay my creature on the side while he dries. That's one of the shortcomings of Model Magic, is that it likes to ooze around. Now I want to decorate my creature with a few little things that I have. I have a little piece of wood. I'm going to make that into his tongue. And then I also have these little ends of toothpicks that I cut with scissors, and I'm going to make him some pointy front teeth. See how they just stick right into the clay? And I also think I'll use some of these beads to make the ends of his feet. Twist those around. So you can directly paint your Model Magic right away, or you could leave it to sit overnight before you paint it. I'm going to recommend leaving it to sit, especially if you have one that is in a shape like the one that I did that wanted to sort of ooze around. So let's imagine that I have let my monster friend here sit overnight so that he'll be more solid like this one. Once Model Magic dries, it is hard, but it has sort of a squishy texture, still sort of like styrofoam. So if you want to add something like googly eyes, this would be the right time to add them. I'm going to use a little bit of white glue that I have in my cup here and a stick, and stick on my eyes. Now, since it's a creature, maybe my creature needs a whole bunch of eyes. He'll be sort of like a spider, horse, lizard, dragon. And after your clay dries, you can add all kinds of amazing things onto it, like little scraps of fabric, paper. There, I think he's got just enough eyes. Now you can add more decorations with paint. I'm using my tempera paint. You could also use watercolor, or even you could draw on your creation with markers. Model Magic is the kind of clay that is really great for some of our younger friends. It doesn't dry out quickly, so it has a lot of time that you can work with it before it starts drying, and it's completely non-toxic and safe. And remember, it's the type of material that you can get at most craft stores. And after you've created your creepy creature, you might want to make an environment for it. You might want to create a box out of a shoe, like make a shoebox environment for your creature. I think I'll make the front of this just dots. He definitely looks creepy. And I think I'll add a few more colors. I would paint the other side of him, but if you remember earlier, I said we're going to pretend that he's dried overnight. And Model Magic does come in a lot of different colors. It doesn't have to be white. You can buy it in colors from regular red, white, and blue to neon, earth colors. Very versatile. All right, let me turn my creepy creature around and show him off. Whoa, he's pretty creepy. Whoa. Oops, and his leg fell off. You're so creepy that your leg fell off. I would love to see it if you made some Halloween creepy creatures. Shoot a picture of yours and show us here in the comments. Happy Halloween, everybody.